Alright guys, here we go again, back to the million man-hour Acadia. So, we put the engine in and we put, I don't know, 3,000-4,000 miles on it, and it seems to run okay. Other than that little problem. And so, it's not pouring out, but it's making a mess. So we're going to tackle it and fix it. We're still coming out of there somewhere, and I believe it is due to the fact that the junkyard took the front cover off this thing and didn't seal it correctly. So I'm going to pull the timing cover off and see if I can figure out what's going on, or at least get down to it. Maybe I can see some more. So we're going to go after that. Since we've already done it, I want to go a little quicker. But we're going to have to pull the valve cover gaskets off, the upper plenum, all the cam position sensors, serpentine belt, all that mess, and the engine mount, that kind of stuff. So there we go. It is New Year's Eve, and this will be my project for New Year's Eve and New Year's Day probably. And also, it's a nice balmy 20 degrees outside, so hopefully I don't freeze to death out here doing this. And we're also checking out, I got a new external microphone, so maybe you can hear me a little better. So I'm going to get set up and get started on this, and I'll bring you back when we got something to see. Okay, got the fuse box cover off. There's two bolts in the middle that hold this whole setup together. So the main power lug's unhooked, and that I unhooked the battery already. So let me just jog my memory here. These clips hold the upper and lower fuse box pieces together, and you pop them loose and it comes off. So we're going to work on that, and I'll bring you back and not shake you too much. Okay, so pop these outside clips loose, and then these bolts in the middle capture the harness plug, and then your fuse box comes out. And then these harness plugs, I guess I really need to take it completely out of the way, but I'm going to unplug. I think this is the injector harness. We're not that bad out of there. Get that out of the way. You know what, we can probably leave that about intact. This bottom section of the fuse box needs to come out, and it's held in with 3 bolts. 3 bolt there, 1 down here somewhere. One back there, and then 1 down here. So there's 3 bolts, and we'll get there next. Okay. Apologize for this rickety stool. I got something new to stand on, so the ladder wouldn't fly out from under me. And it works okay, but it makes a ton of noise. So I got the serpentine belt off. That's loose. I'm not going to disconnect that because bleeding that thing last time was absolute nightmare. Got that plug unhooked. I'm going to go after the plenum at this point, because I know it's got to come off to get the valve covers off, to get the cover off. It's actually fairly easy to take off, so just got to unhook stuff along the way. There's some hoses that pull out. That goes to the rear valve cover. That'll come off the other end anyway. And then I'll wrestle off this thing, and then I'll try to set you up and show you how this thing comes out of here. I'm going to try a little better angle there. Maybe you can see a little more. So there's, I guess, 6 bolts in this plenum. There's 4 in the middle. I've gotten loose. There's 1 way back here. I hope I can get to it. I'll get to it before somehow. There we go. think it's very long. I think it was very long. Alright, don't let me forget I put it there. And there's one on this corner. Let's see. Alright. Okay, thought I was recording before, but I wasn't. So anyway, get a little better angle, maybe you can see something. I've got this intake plenum bolts out of it and loose, but now I just got to figure out what's hanging on here. I told you in the part I forgot to record, don't let me forget I put all these bolts right there. There we go. Okay. Set them right in front of my face. So, that's that. Now I'm pretty sure these valve covers will come off without taking this lower intake manifold. I certainly hope so. But anyway, so I'm going to get these covered up, and then I will start working on these rear coil packs and get them unplugged and out of there, and whatever else I need to pop off. And then I guess we'll go ahead and take that valve cover off. Guess I need a new battery too. Take that off, and we'll work towards the front.